Hi, Exploring Foods with Smitty Foodies. Well, guess what? The Super Bowl is coming. Yes. And guess what? It's time to get those snacks together. So, what I'm going to be doing is a couple of videos of some Super Bowl snacks that you can make. I already have some down in my videos that I've done, but these are just some ones to add to it. So, I'm going to get started with what we're going to make. Okay, so we're going to get started. What we're making for our Super Bowl party to start with is pigs in a blanket. And all you need is croissant dough. And they tell you to use the mini hot dogs, but I just went ahead and bought the regular ones, and I'm just going to cut them up. And we're going to need some flour to dust our board with. So, first of all, let's get started with cutting our hot dogs, because we don't want them to be a big size. I want them to be so that I can cut them on. And we need a knife. There we go. These are going to be so fun. And it's something that you can make, and it's not hard to do, because I know when you're doing Super Bowl food, who wants to be in the kitchen a long time? So what I'm going to do is cut them probably about this size. We'll cut them into threes like so. Okay? And you can make as many of these as you want. I'm not going to make a whole lot just because I'm just making them for the video. And I believe they warm up good too. So that's like 3 hot dogs. Let's do another one. Give it a cut here. I'm not a big, oh, oops, see that one's real crooked, but anyway. 6. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hot dogs aside. And what I'm going to get ready to do now is to open up my croissant dough. Now you can make these out of different things. You can use croissant dough. I've seen people use biscuits to make it out of. But like I said, the easier the better. Let's get this open. I tell you, when I was a kid, this used to scare me, because when it popped, it popped. Let's see if I can get this to pop. Come on, buddy. Ah, there we go. That wasn't so hard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a little flour down on my board here, because I don't want my dough to stick. So I'm just going to put a little bit of flour. You don't need a whole lot. My spoon there. And then I'm going to open up my croissant dough. And it makes it really easy for you, because it's really basically already cut. So I'm going to unroll. And if you're like me, I love hot dogs. I mean, love, love, love them. So as you can see, it's already cut for you. Get this out of the way. So you basically want to just cut down where the proofreaded, not edges, but where it's cut. So let's give it a cut. And as like I said, you can make these as big as you want. You can make 4 hot dogs out of them if you'd like. Okay. I'm just going to tear them. Really, you probably could just tear them apart. They seem to work pretty good like that. Okay. So, I have those torn apart. And then what I'm going to do, I was going to cut them again, but I don't think I will. I'm just going to take this and wrap from the large end right here until you get to the small. Like that. And that's how it's going to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on my baking sheet. And I'm just going to give it a little spray, so that, because I don't want it the stick. Nice handy dandy tool here. Okay, so let's put that there. Okay, so let me just put it on there. Let's do another one. Very easy, and you won't be in the kitchen. Believe me, I've done Super Bowl parties, and sometimes you're in the kitchen forever. Put that there. Okay, let's do this one, because I think I cut this one a little more bigger. Well, maybe not. And we're rolling, rolling, rolling on a hot dog. Okay, let's keep rolling. And then, you know what, I might have cut it, should have cut these, but we'll see. As a matter of fact, let me see what happens when I do cut one. Mash it out a little. And let's cut. If I was using really small ones, I would cut it more. I think these are going to work like just in half like this. Yeah. And then you can see this way which one you'd rather have. This one or the longer ones. So let's do another cut here. I've never made these before, but I know I love hot dogs. I do know that. Okay, let's tear our dough. Okay, and let's cut that in half. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to roll this one in. And put it on. Roll this one. And you know what? This is fun. This is something that actually you could have your kids help you do. That's if you wanted to, because you know when kids get involved. Okay, so let's give this a cut here. There we go. Give it a nice little roll. I think I kind of like these little ones better. Up there. And then what I'm going to do is cut this one in half again. You can do this easier with a pizza cutter if you have one. We'll take this and roll, 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 roll your boat. And then I'm going to do this one. And I see one on there that's, well, I'll let you decide which ones. You could either do it this way or you can do the bigger ones. I don't know. This just seems like I need to cut it. So what I'm going to do is cut it. And as you can see, the dough comes off really easy if you need to adjust. There we go. So let's give it a roll. Give it a roll. Okay, and what I'm going to do is cut, let's see, let's cut another hot dog here. One. There we go. And let's roll this one. Like so. And then this one looks pretty big. Yeah, I think it's better to cut them in half, because if you don't, then your hot dogs don't show and it doesn't look like pigs in the blanket. Okay, let's roll this one like so. Okay, and then let's roll this one. Okay, and then I'm going to unroll this one because it's, you can't see your pig that's in there. So I have one that I'm going to leave big, and then you can decide which one you like the best. There we go. Okay, Okay, so we'll throw this one. Put that one in there. And then my OCD is saying, well, that one doesn't look right, but I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to cut up a whole nother hot dog. So, okay, so what you're going to do once you get their pigs all rolled into their blankets, you're going to go ahead and coat them with some butter. Like give them a little butter bath. And these are just simple, something simple. You could put it together on a tray and you're good to go. Put some on here. This is the one I think it's too long. That one I should have cut, but I didn't want to cut up a whole nother hot dog. And you can use any type of hot dogs you want. I was going to use half smokes on here, if you all know what a half smoke is. But I didn't because they kind of let off a lot of grease, and I thought, well, it'll make my dough all greasy. So what I'm going to do is put these in the oven at 375 for 15 minutes, and then when we come back, we're going to see what we have. Okay, so let's give our pig in the blankets a check. Let me get my pot holder. And just like that, they're all ready to go. So, how would you plate this up? You can do them a couple of ways. If you're doing a big platter, you may want to put them on a platter. And because I'm only doing a couple, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my guests the choice of to use ketchup, or they can use mustard, and you can use any kind of condiments that you'd like to use. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and give these a plate up here. Just going to take them off and put them around. And they do look delicious, I tell you. Put them on. Turn that one over like so. There we go. Oops. Oops-a-daisy. That on. And your guests will love this. And this is something that you don't have to spend a lot of time in the kitchen making. It's really easy. You just pop them in and you take them out. There we go. And it makes a little cute little presentation. Presentation, I should say. Get those over there. And you know what? These would warm up really nice. Okay, and then this is one of the pigs in the blankets that I made that I didn't cut the dough smaller. So I think I like the dough cut smaller. Okay, so there we are. Pigs in the blanket for the Super Bowl. Get a good look. They look absolutely delicious. And then your guests can come by to serve themselves. And they can put on whatever they want. Ketchup. And they can get mustard if they'd like. And then they can just put their blankets on. Like so. There. So thank you for joining Exploring Foods with Smitty. And guess what? I got lots of these videos coming because I want you guys to do your best for your Super Bowl party. See you in a bit.